So, a few days ago, I did a video on the easiest heroes in Marvel's Rivals to learn, and now it's time to do the hardest heroes in the game. Again, we won't be going off the star system because it's not always accurate, and I think it's pretty rubbish. By the way, they have changed the way on how to get the Venom skin. It is now repeatable challenges. So that's awesome. So you guys who have joined in late, you guys have about like what, 2, 3 more days to try and get this Cyan Clash, which is awesome because I know a lot of you guys are still commenting on my video like, is there a chance for me to get it? Once again, I'm not affiliated with the game. I just kind of make content on it. That's pretty much it, really. Do excuse my voice, I have been a little bit sick in the last few days, so that's my bad. Yeah, so sorry for the delay in content. I'm just trying to get over it a little bit. So if this comes out either on Sunday or Monday, then my bad, I'm sorry. If you do enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into it. Tanks. So our favorite green monster, the Hulk, a classic hero, is one of the hardest ones to learn, within the sense of he has no range, he's close up, and you gotta learn how to dive in and out. And I guess you can say the same for Venom, but Venom has the swing ability that allows him to get out, and also health. Hulk doesn't have that. So Hulk has two forms, three if you include his ult. His first one is Bruce Banner, which he is given a pistol and a grenade, and Bruce Banner's ultimate ability is to turn into the Hulk. Hulk, in his form, his normal form, has three abilities. His left click is punching, obviously. Right click is a thunderclap. His left shift is a shield that generates around him and certain allies and builds to his ultimate when damage is inflicted upon them. And his E is a stun which mobilizes enemies from a certain range. Holding spacebar allows for a super jump which he can use to land on, and his Q ability, which is his ultimate to go into Monster Hulk, amplifies all his other abilities, doing extra damage and knockback on his primary. And on his Q ult, if you get an enemy in front of you and you click Q, you basically smash them around on the ground. So our favorite webhead is next for the DPS, and holy, he's annoying as. I love him. I love Spider-Man and I love the Spider-Verse as a whole, but he's so annoying to even learn and let alone go up against. Like, I died to him countless times. If there's one character they should nerf, it's him. He's by far one of the worst characters here. His prime fire is obviously just punching, however his secondary fire is web shoots and he gets a maximum of 5 web shoots at a time. If you land a web shot on an enemy, it gives a spider tracer, and that's very important to remember. Spider-Man has the equivalent of 7 abilities, 2 being passive, with his Q, his ultimate ability, being like a similar Death Blossom, and E to Star-Lord, where he just spins around and does a whole bunch of damage. His left shift allows him to web sling, going as far as possible, which is pretty big, and he goes at really fast speeds. After webbing an enemy or putting down a spider tracer, if you click E, Spider-Man will web sling himself over to the enemy, dealing damage upon landing. However, if you don't web an enemy and you just click E on them, the enemy will be webbed up and dragged to you, but no damage will be done. His F ability punches the enemy into the air and does more damage if he's been webbed and has the spider tracer on it. Double space is double jump, which is pretty cool. Spider-Man can also wall crawl, which is one of his passives, and his second one, which is also broken, is his screen shakes to mimic the Spidey sense when an enemy is on the other side of the wall or near him, but not in actual line of sight. Spider-Man's very hard because you obviously got to combo everything right, and if you don't get out in time, you can get punished really badly. So it's a high risk, high reward. All the healers aren't that hard to learn, but one, and that's Loki, obviously. Loki has an arsenal of abilities, mostly around deception and deceiving the enemies. His primary fire deals damage to enemies, but also heals his allies. And his right click allows him to make a clone of himself, and he goes invisible for a brief period in time. And upon appearing, the clone remains, and he's also there. During his invisibility mode, he can also create other clones with his E ability and put down pillars. His left shift places a pillar which converts damage to healing, which is awesome and is good, especially when it comes to giant ultimates or a Spider-Man ultimate. His E creates an illusion of himself, as mentioned before, and his F ability allows him to change between any illusion at any given time. the illusions also have 200 health, which is pretty big considering he has 250 health. His melee does more damage if you go behind someone and stab them in the back under the passive ability of backstab, and his Q ability or his ultimate allows him to transform into any enemy agent on the battlefield. Again, great for mimicking a third tank. However, you lose your healing. I think when he does mimic, he instantly gets all the abilities, so even ultimates too, which is massive. So that pretty much does it for this video. I know a short one, and my apologies. Again, I'm a little bit sick, so sorry. I might try and stream the game when it comes out. I don't know, but I do want to stream Valorant when I go back to it after all the beta does end in a few days. So that's pretty much it. If you do enjoy the video or you want to see any more final content before it leaves, let me know in the comments below. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next one.